So when it comes to motivation to be on this wellness path, I think one of the key motivations was the birth of my son about 2.5 years ago. Uh, my original plan had been to try and lose weight by the time he was born, but as things worked out, it was a tough pregnancy and so on, and so I ended up joining later. But his presence has been real key to my progress in the wellness plan. When I first started the program 2.5 years ago, I would come back from work and I would just be so tired that I would just lie on the living room floor. And we have all these pictures of me lying on the living room floor and my son kind of scrambling over me trying to figure out how to get daddy to interact. And then 2 years later, now I have so much energy that my wife uses me to get him tired enough to get to bed. It's not unusual. We just went to India and I had him, he's about 35 pounds. I had him on my shoulder and we walked down these 1,000 steps to the riverbed and I was just amazed because I didn't think I would make it. And that's been hugely different for me, it's just the energy difference. I think the key to my success has been really a change in mindset. When I've done programs before, or in fact, even when I started this program, I thought to succeed, you had to do everything at the same time. So you had to eat well, you had to eat less, you had to exercise, you had to sleep, and you had to remember all these different things. The key to my success has been to actually simplify. Simplifying that, focusing on the few things I do well, that's been critical to my success in this program. I have energy when I get up in the morning. I can make better decisions because I've had a good night's rest. I actually get real REM sleep now. And that's been phenomenal change for me. And I realized that when I had sleep apnea, one of the things that happened to me when I didn't get enough sleep is, I guess, my body produces more corticoid hormones, and that would cause me to be more hungry, to retain water, to put on weight. Just made it harder for me to lose weight. What I found is, since I'm getting enough sleep, that it's much better for me to control my appetite. I don't feel as hungry. And we do, in the wellness program, we do this week where we learn to monitor our own hunger and be aware of it. And I just find that since I've had better sleep, I'm able to manage my hunger better. I can stay hungry for an hour or two until lunchtime and not make poor decisions. So the sleep has just affected every part of this program for me. I have not been the kind of person to easily ask help of others to monitor me. I'm also, by nature, a reasonably confident person, and so accountability to me often meant accepting that I was wrong or doing something incorrectly. Since I've been in this program, what I found helps me a lot is this what's called the nudge, right? Which is, I don't really fall completely off the wagon. What I do is make a series of small mistakes till I find I'm sliding. What I find with accountability is I wear this, it's a pedometer. It's not as slick as the ones that you get, like the Fitbit and so on. And I don't always get my steps on my pedometer, but wearing it, and it's a bright neon green, wearing it every day reminds me that I'm on this path. So when I get there to the stairs in the elevator, this little band helps me decide to take the stairs. I do now try and manage to share a little bit more about my experience with people so that people around me then congratulate me on what the progress I've made, and that also adds to my own accountability. So staying on the wellness program when you're traveling is a real challenge. What I found is that in this program, I learned a lot of tricks that really have completely changed the way I travel. Now I plan ahead wherever I go, and the day I land, I go to the grocery store and I shop around for healthy foods, and I stock up on things like yogurt, lots of water, fruit, things that you can get pretty much anywhere in the world. And then I find that by having those in the hotel room, when I come back at the end of the day when I'm stressed and tired, I'm less likely to just order room service, which is unhealthy and in huge quantities. and instead I have the healthy snacks and food that I've collected. And that's really helped me. I realized that the most critical thing for change is to first to be honest with myself that I needed help, that I wasn't doing certain things correctly. Once I accepted that, I found that it was easier then to make change, to make positive change, because if you don't recognize the problem or you don't accept the problem, then you lose your motivation to change. So